Brenda Quintana coming to you from the Beehive at QBsQuest.com. I've had a lot of requests on how to make my Kit Kat candy box using currently available supplies. So I've redesigned the box so that you can make it using our envelope punch board. So let me just show you what this little box is. It measures about 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches, and it's about 1/2 inch deep. It has this little flap right here that tucks in, so you can hold 3 Kit Kat miniatures on the inside. You could also hold another type of candy as well, but I initially designed it to hold 3 of the Kit Kat miniatures. The other thing that it holds really well is a York peppermint patty. Now these are the normal size, not the smaller size. These are the size that you would normally get at the checkout counter. So it fills this box quite nicely. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to decorate the front of the box as well. One way is with the Sure Do Love You bundle, which is new in our occasions catalog right now. And the other way is with our Sweet and Sassy framelits and the Bloomin' Love stamp set. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make this cute little box. To start off with, you're going to need some Designer Series paper. I'm going to use the Painted with Love Designer Series paper. And this paper comes in a 12 by 12 pack. So you can get 4 of these boxes out of each sheet of Designer Series paper. You'll need to cut down the piece of paper to 5 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Then you're going to need your envelope punch board, and I've taken 2 little strips of Post-it note and I've placed them at the 3 1/8 inch mark and the 2 3/8 inch mark. So you're going to pull your little tool out of the side of your board, and you're going to place your paper and line it up at the 2 3/8 inch mark for starters, and you're going to score it on the diagonal. Then you're going to push it over to the 3 1/8 inch mark, and you're going to score it at that line as well. This is going to be repeated on all 4 sides: 2 3/8, 3 1/8, 2 3/8, 3 1/8, and finally 2 3/8 and 3 1/8. Now we need to take this piece and fold it along the score lines. Now these score lines won't go all the way to the edge on each side, but there's going to be enough of a score line there that you're going to be able to fold it. I want this to be the outside of the box, so I'm going to place that face down, and then I'm going to go ahead and fold this piece on the score lines. So there's 2 score lines at each corner. You just make sure you can find them, and then just fold along those score lines. And I'm going to flip this over again because I find this side is a little bit easier to look at. And now I'm going to cut away this little triangle on each of the 4 sides. You'll see right here, you'll have these score lines intersecting. So I'm going to cut up through the 2 score lines till they connect on that little side. I hope you can see that. I'm going to do this for all 4 sides. So here's our little box, and these little sides are going to fold in like that. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put Terran tape on 2 of these little triangle pieces. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. So this one's coming in like this, and this one will come in like that. The way we fold this box together, these 2 sides come in, and then this one will fold over and be the bottom. So you can see right now we've got the Terran tape right here on the 2 bottoms of the side flaps. So I'm going to remove the first liner. And when I'm bringing this in, I want to make sure to pay special attention to make sure that my box is square and straight. I don't want the side coming out on a weird angle like this. I want it to be coming up and down, and I want the corners to match up. So just take a moment and get especially this first one looking right. You want to make sure it's square and you want to make sure it's straight. These sides match up pretty well, but you'll still want to pay special attention to make sure the sides look straight when you're bringing it together. Then you're going to remove the other piece of liner, and this time this side is going to get tucked underneath. So again, make sure it looks straight. Make sure the sides look square. When you like how it looks, then you can push down on it. And that's all there is to this little box. Then all you need are some Kit Kat miniatures or whatever candy you want to put in the box. And I just slide them in like that. And then you take the little flap and you tuck it in like that. So you don't need to destroy the box to get at the candy. Now let me show you how I decorate the front of this box. So if you're going to use our new Sure Do Love You bundle, I like to use one of these little greetings down here. And I'm going to need a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to use the little heart stamp that says Be Mine. I'm going to stamp it in Berry Burst ink. So just ink up your little stamp and stamp it down here. Then you're going to need your Big Shot. I'm going to use my magnetic platform. I've got one of my cutting plates already down here. I'm going to take the little Be Mine. I'm going to take the matching heart and place it around there. I'm also going to cut a matching big heart using some Berry Burst cardstock in this bigger heart. And then I'm going to run them through the Big Shot at the same time. And here is the little heart, and here is the bigger heart. Then the other thing that you're going to need to bring it all together is some Berry Burst woven ribbon. And I've already tied my ribbon into a little bow. You're going to need some dimensionals and some mini glue dots. First, let's put a dimensional on the back of the Be Mine. I'm going to remove the backing. And I'm just going to adhere it down near the bottom right hand corner. Then I'm going to take a mini glue dot and I'm going to remove one of them from the back with my paper piercing tool and put it on the back of my bow like that. And then I'm just going to adhere it onto my heart like that. Then we need to add some dimensionals to the back of this heart. And so I'm going to place 3 on here. Now we have to be a little bit careful because we don't want to adhere the heart onto this flap that's going to open. So we're going to put a dimensional at the bottom and at the 2 sides of the heart like this, and we're going to leave the top blank so that it doesn't impede the opening of our little box. So just remove the backings and then you can just center this on the front of our little box like that, and then you still have a box that opens. Now I'm going to show you how you can decorate it up with the sweet and sassy framelits. For the second design, you're also going to need a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this time I'm going to take my fresh fig ink pad. I'm going to use the Be Mine stamp from the Blooming Love stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp it down here like that. I'm going to use the classic label punch, open it up here, and I'm going to center it, and I'm going to punch the Be Mine over here towards the right hand side, so there'll be a little bit extra white space on the left. Then I'm going to bring in my Big Shot again with my magnetic platform. I've got one plate down already. I'm going to need a piece of fresh fig cardstock. And the heart that I'm going to choose is the one that kind of has a curvy side. And this one is the 4th largest or the 4th smallest. It is the middlemost one of the 7 hearts that have this curvy side to them. And I'm just going to place that down here and run it through the Big Shot. And here's the heart that we'll need. So we'll just need one more thing for the decoration. We'll need some fresh fig woven ribbon. And I've already tied my ribbon into a little bow. And first we're going to take this little Be Mine greeting, and I'm going to put a glue dot right on the center of the back of it. And I'm just going to adhere that just on the side of my heart like that. Then I'm also going to take a mini glue dot, take it off with my paper piercing tool, and put it on the back of the knot and bring it in like that. In the interest of time, I already made an extra box up and I've stuffed it with some Kit Kat miniatures. I'm just going to close that up here, and then we're just going to take some dimensionals and put it on the back of this big heart. Again, putting one at the bottom and then 2 at the sides, and that way we can keep the opening free of adhesive. Then just remove the backings. And then you can just center your heart right on the box like that. And there you go. You've got some really sweet boxes that you can hand out on Valentine's Day, and they were really easy to make, and you can get 4 of them out of a sheet of pretty designer series paper. All the supplies you'll need to make these sweet candy boxes are available for purchase on my blog. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Bye for now.
If you like this tutorial, be sure to check out all the free with purchase tutorials available on my blog. The interlocking heart box tutorial is just one of the exclusive tutorials that you can choose free with a minimum purchase in my Stampin' Up! Store.
Hi, it's Brenda again. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also visit my blog for more information on my projects and to learn about my rewards program, or just watch another one of my videos. Thanks for watching.